Hi, David.
Hi, Brune.
You are in Oakland, California, and you're going to be one of our storytellers on Bodies of Stories number 4. This Sunday, April 5th, you are a San Francisco Moth GrandSLAM champion, and you honed your craft as a middle school teacher who hears daily tales of drama and intrigue that last much longer than 6 minutes, which is the format that we have on the show.
If anything needed editing, it is a middle school gossip drama story.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for sending me a story. I'm so glad to have this story and to have you perform on the show. What got you into personal storytelling?
Well, I went on a date to a Moth event, and my current partner invited me, and this was one of our very early dates, so I was really looking to impress her.
Yeah.
And I had just sort of had this remarkable thing happen to me. I had and those combination of factors got me to kind of overcome sort of the anxiety that I had about it and put my name in, as well as sort of the unlikelihood that I would get called. All those things kind of converged. But I did get called, and I was really lucky that I wound up being under the time limit because I hadn't rehearsed it at all. And then, when you win, which the story won, and the prize is telling another story at a GrandSLAM. So I spent a few months just thinking through sort of how to edit a story for a big event like that. And then the prize for winning the GrandSLAM was a year of free tickets. So I just kept going. Then I started getting connected to other storytellers in the Bay Area, and who then connected me to you. And it's really been a joy.
That's amazing.
It's been about a year and a half of doing this.
Okay, so that's pretty recent.
Yeah, you just a little less than a year and a half.
Amazing. Wow. And so how do you feel about telling a story online? Have you done it before?
I have never done it outside of just talking to friends. So it feels nervous. I think I had just started getting over my nerves of telling a story on stage where it wasn't, and I can feel those nerves coming back again, I guess, just because it's a new format. But that's a good thing, I think, because it means it'll be a rewarding experience.
Yeah, it's interesting. Some people think that there's no stage fright when you do something online.
Oh, really? No, I'm experiencing it right now just thinking about it. I can feel my palms getting sweaty.
I feel it too, like just before the show, having to host the show. And so I understand. So you've told stories mostly in a competitive environment, like setting?
Yeah, I've mostly done the Moth. And I was just about to tell a story at an event hosted by Julie Solar. I'm not sure if I got the pronunciation right on her last name.
Yeah, that's right.
It was going to be my first sort of non-competitive performance, but it got canceled. But then when she messaged me saying that event was canceled, she introduced me to you in this event. So it's really exciting.
Amazing. So Julie Solar is the host and founder, I guess, of the Oakland Storyteller. Mm-hmm. And she's also going to be telling a story on Sunday. I think she is going to have her own show online too, so you will be able to tell your story at her event. What would you say the competitive setting brings to your story or your performance?
I think that it's sort of, I think that the most important part of storytelling is the editing process. And I think that, it's really true that that's where you find the heart of the story is after the first time you've told it. And so the competitive process sort of pushes me, who doesn't really like editing, the idea of doing an outline or something like that.
Yeah.
is really painful. And often with storytelling, it's even more so because you're dealing with something personal that maybe you don't want to look at again so closely. But you know, the competitive aspect is sort of what pushes me to do that. Whereas I think I would probably just procrastinate otherwise. But I've done that enough times now that I'm sort of over it, and I'm comfortable sort of examining my life in that way. So I don't know it's necessary, but it was certainly necessary the first few times. Sort of the competitive aspect is what pushed me to really edit and kind of ruthlessly edit the stories that I would tell.
You've learned like great tools to do that, and now you just have them.
Yeah. The time limit helps too. Forces sort of the amateur storyteller, me, to kind of make some hard edits.
Yeah.
The competition and the time limit really helps.
Edits can be hard. It can be so hard. We fall in love with our writing. We with just with certain bits of our stories, and then which might actually not be the most relevant. And so well, thank you for sharing all of that, and I'm looking forward to having you on the show, and so I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, David.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you.
Cool. Bye.
Bye.